even just, you gotta respect, like, we can't just say this guy's like, he's a bum. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's not a bum. Yeah. He's not a bum for sure, for a long shot. Yeah. So you gotta respect him, but you can't give him too much respect. Take his best punch, or whatever he do good, be able to take that and take it away from him, and be able to make sure that when I give him myself, make sure I'm doing everything correct, make sure all the way down to the teeth. Take him in that deep water and drop.
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me. Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas not touch me at all.
One of the best ones out there is what they don't know gets less respect for it, but one of the best ones out there. Now his mouth a little different, you know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of character when it comes to his mouth. Yeah. Because that's from. But he's really one of the pound for pound, the best ones of the coop. And I'm gonna tell you why he's the best one of the coop to me. He can punch, but he also can box. You understand me? Some that can box can't punch. Some that can punch can't box. He can box, he can punch, he can move laterally, he can do it left side, right side, he can do whatever he needs to do as a southpaw to get the job done. And that's
Gervonta Tank Davis spent his childhood surrounded by hardship and uncertainty. Growing up in an unstable home where both of his parents struggled with substance abuse, conflict was a regular part of everyday life. The difficult circumstances he faced at a young age pushed him toward fighting as a way to deal with the challenges around him. What began as a means of survival would later reveal the toughness, determination, and competitive spirit that shaped him into the boxer the world would come to know.
My mom left me and my brother in the house by ourselves. Someone called the Child Protective Service, and they came and got us, and we was in foster care and group home and things.
His introduction to boxing came from an event no one could have predicted. One day, his uncle noticed him involved in a fight on the street. Seeing what had happened, he recognized an opportunity to channel that energy in a more positive direction. That single moment changed the course of his life, setting him on a journey that would eventually bring him into the world of boxing.
End up walking outside the door and seeing me fight. Yeah. So when he seen me fight, he was like, "You could do something." Yeah. So he took me to the gym. The gym was probably like a 10-minute walk from the house. Yeah. So when I went to the gym, I was getting the love that I wasn't getting at home. So it came more so like a father figure type stuff, like the coaches in the gym. That's why I'm still with Calvin now, because he's more so like a father. So that's what made me like.
Looking at the technical side of the sport, Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. voiced concerns about Shakur Stevenson's tendency to rely heavily on backing away for defense. According to Jones, constantly giving ground can reduce opportunities to launch effective counters, while also taking away some of the action that fans expect to see during a fight. He suggested that this approach, although defensive in nature, may not always create the most engaging experience for spectators.
And I will hope he will pay attention to this, because this is going to mean a lot for him. His feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and counter. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he was jumping too far back out of range, to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You know what I'm saying? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
That's how I'd say. I feel like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that distance. Somebody got to teach him, and I would teach him if they brought him to me to teach him. But he got to understand what I'm trying to tell him. I'm not trying to criticize him.
Right.
When you say something bad, they take it as criticism.
Right.
No, son, you got to understand how to not jump. Okay, people know what the thing that dig the hole, the excavator, right?
Yeah.
Jones expanded on his criticism by arguing that Shakur often stays too far out of range, limiting the number of significant exchanges that take place during a fight. He believes that maintaining that level of separation slows the overall pace of the contest, resulting in fewer action-filled moments and making the matchup less entertaining for those watching.
You can't take it out of review. You working with this, because this part keeps you on the job, the feet. This do the work. If you take the thing and move it back, it's off the job. It can't work no more. So if you move back every time off the job, it ain't gonna ever get no work done. So now it's gonna become boring.
Shawn Porter pushed back against claims that Tank would score a straightforward knockout if he were to face Shakur. He pointed to Stevenson's strong defensive abilities, noting that a fighter of Tank's caliber would fully recognize the challenges that such an opponent presents. In Porter's view, the matchup would likely develop into a tactical contest lasting the full 12 rounds, with success depending on strategy, adaptability, and ring IQ rather than an early stoppage.
That Tank is gonna go in there and just knock out Shakur.
That's not gonna happen.
But it didn't take. It shouldn't have taken this fight.
I knew he couldn't.
For people to realize,
yeah.
Right?
I knew that too. But yeah,
Shakur is a defensive specialist,
and I've been saying this for a long time. If you pay attention to how Tank would react whenever Shakur's name came up, I was like, yo, it's something that Tank knows that most people don't know or understand. There's something that he sees in Shakur. It could be the fact that Shakur was a 2016 silver medalist. You know,
he's got a lot to do with it.
He's that, the silver child of the country, and there's no telling. But this is what I've always known. It ain't just a big straight left or a big right hook coming from Tank that's going to end that night. That night is going to be the most strategical you've seen both these guys ever be in a fight.
Porter went on to explain that contests between top-tier fighters are not won by power alone. He believes the highest-level bouts test a boxer's patience, adaptability, and judgment inside the ring. According to Porter, a matchup with Shakur would force Tank to think more carefully and make adjustments throughout the fight, relying on strategy and ring awareness just as much as the strength behind his punches.
We're looking forward to the big matchups because those are the kind of people that's going to pull it out of him. So with a fight with Shakur, you're going to see this boxing style that you don't usually get from Tank. You're going to see IQ. We saw IQ, but to me, it was low IQ because the reason why it was low IQ is because everybody followed the script. And what I mean by that is you see somebody's IQ take place when a fighter makes an adjustment, and now you have to adjust to what that fighter.
Terrence Crawford also explained why he would give a slight advantage to Shakur Stevenson in a potential showdown with Gervonta Davis. He noted that Stevenson's defensive ability, sharp timing, and accurate punching could make it difficult for Tank to connect with clean, effective shots. Crawford further mentioned that Davis often takes time to settle into a fight and build momentum. While that approach has worked for him in the past, Crawford believes it could become a disadvantage against a disciplined and technically skilled opponent like Stevenson, who is capable of capitalizing on early opportunities.
Yeah, I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tight. And not only Shakur, Keyshawn either.
Oh, you don't think Key either? Even right now, I feel like it's a little Key nice though, but it might be a little early for Key right now.
Listen, Tank get hits a lot. Tank, in my eyes, Tank is always losing until he's not.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
If you watch those fights,
well, at least in the early rounds, middle rounds he start coming up. But I see what you're saying. Them early rounds, yeah.
Let Keyshawn start hitting them like everybody else hitting them.
Shakur offered his own confident assessment of a potential fight with Tank, recognizing the danger of Davis's punching power while raising doubts about how often it would actually come into play. He stressed that even the hardest punches mean little if they fail to land, expressing confidence in his defensive skills, movement, and understanding of the ring to avoid those opportunities. From his perspective, the deciding factor would be his ability to dictate the rhythm of the bout, limit Tank's offensive chances, and keep the fight on his own terms.
It's that people kind of making it like, if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they gonna say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
People is blessed with different abilities. He's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you 9 times out of 10, you gonna go down. That's his ability.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good. Like punches coming my way, I know how to get away from them at any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging me from. He's a great fighter. Take
on Davis. I don't remember
the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I can't remember. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest online. The last time I've heard Gervonta Davis talk about his legacy in the ring. Like I'm building my legacy. I'm trying to outdo Floyd in legacy. Like, I think it's...
Shakur Stevenson also revealed that, despite the ongoing public discussion surrounding a possible bout with Gervonta Davis, he had never received an official contract for the fight. He indicated that although Tank frequently mentioned the matchup in interviews and public appearances, there appeared to be little concrete progress taking place behind the scenes. As a result, Stevenson questioned how actively the fight was truly being pursued beyond the public conversation.
Sent Shakur a contract and went elsewhere.
All my life, Tank a liar. If he just said that nigga's a liar, he need to stop lying.
Okay.
Yo, no cap. If he sent me a contract, tell him post that contract. Post the contract he sent me. That's what I want to see. And I want to see that. Don't make up no fake contract. Don't post the contract you sent me. I would love to see it.
Damn, okay.
And show me you sent it to me.
Roy Jones Jr. also weighed in on the highly anticipated matchup, stating that the current moment seems like the right opportunity for the fight to finally happen. He pointed out that boxing fans are eager to see elite fighters compete against one another and believes the most important thing is that the contest takes place. In his view, whether it happens now or later is less significant than giving both fighters the chance to settle the debate by testing themselves against each other in the ring.
Fight for quite some time now. We have Shakur going up against Kid Austin in about a week.
Yeah.
You know, with a win over Kid Austin, do you think that would be for a great time for a fight against Tank Davis?
It'll be a great time for a fight against Tank Davis right now. So even before that, the boxing world want to see the best fight best. So right now it's a great time for the Tank Davis fight. After that fight, it'll be a great time for the Tank Davis fight. Doesn't matter when. That's always a great fight. I gotta go now. I got my fight away.
How do you think we get that fight, Roy?
Forget that. Who do you think wins? Who do you think wins? Who do you think wins?
It's a good fight, man. It's a hard call. I love both fighters. I won't say either one of them because both of them are great. I like both of them. I admire.
Teddy Atlas outlined why Shakur Stevenson is considered such a difficult fighter to deal with, highlighting his ring awareness, precise timing, and exceptional ability to manage distance. According to Atlas, Stevenson is skilled at dictating the terms of a fight, forcing opponents to operate at a pace that suits him. However, Atlas also sees Gervonta Davis as a rare kind of challenge, noting that his explosive punching power and overall talent give him the potential to break that control and change the flow of the fight in ways that very few opponents can.
Because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, and his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style.
Atlas further explained that the challenge of facing Shakur comes from the complete package he brings into the ring. He pointed to Stevenson's technical ability, sharp vision, quick footwork, fast hands, and exceptional control of range as qualities that make him such a difficult opponent. Even so, Atlas believes Gervonta Davis is the one fighter who may possess the tools needed to solve that puzzle and possibly emerge victorious. Meanwhile, Richardson Hitchens looked back on the early sparring sessions between Davis and Stevenson, describing them as highly competitive from the start. He remembered Tank connecting with several solid punches in the opening stages, but noted that Shakur quickly adapted, found answers, and became more effective as the rounds progressed.
He ain't hurt Shakur or nothing, but it was like, you could tell like if it was 8-ounce gloves, we don't know how Shakur would have reacted. It was like, because I remember him sparring Shakur, he caught Shakur with like a clean shot, boom. And Shakur didn't shake up or do nothing, but it was a clean shot. I'm like, nigga, you sure you can take another one of that? And Shakur like, what? Like, he took off his shirt and they started bumping like that. Now they going back and forth.
Hold on, was it sparring? Yeah. Was it competitive, close, all that, Shakur and Tank?
Nah, yeah, it was competitive. Then like the second time, like they sparred, like it was like a chess match. Like now Tank know, like, all right, he's really nice. Like Shakur really nice. Like all that walk down shit. Like, I got a box. Like this nigga, like I can't just walk him down like he can really fight. So it was like Tank like switch his strategy up and like same like now Tank trying to come and walk me down. I'm in there like we fighting.
Gervonta Davis places significant importance on the smaller aspects of preparation when training for elite competition. His approach centers on sharpening his head movement, refining his timing, and applying controlled pressure throughout a fight. By focusing on these elements, Davis is able to methodically wear opponents down rather than forcing the action. This style of preparation could be especially valuable in a tactical matchup against a fighter like Shakur Stevenson, where patience, precision, and smart decision-making would play a major role.
You got great mental, you got great team. Right there, you got to make one step at a time. Let's go and they put in front of us. Show what is in the building. Now we have Bonnie in the ring earlier. You say that you're hungry for that pressure coming up here. He's the one that has to prove something in the ring. Well, I don't think that we just want to make we have a great chance to land. Change that keep playing, restore land.
For now, the boxing community is still left without a definitive answer. Will Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson eventually step into the ring together? Or will fans have to keep waiting for the matchup to become a reality? What remains clear is that supporters of the sport want to see the top fighters test themselves against one another. If this contest is finally made, it would be far more than a routine fight. It could play a significant role in shaping the future of the division. That if you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts below. Who do you think would come out on top if Davis and Stevenson finally faced each other?